Brought to you by DK Audio.
The Secret Explorers and the Cave Crisis by S.J. King. Read by Aysha. Chapter 1. Glow in the Dark. Leah looked up at the evening sky, hoping it would soon be filled with bats. She chuckled. That made her sound like a witch. But although some people did think bats belonged in spooky stories, Leah thought they were wonderful. She'd read all about them and was keen to see these little flying mammals with her own eyes. So, to encourage a colony to visit her garden, she had hung bat boxes on the trees. It could take months for bats to move in, and so far she hadn't seen or heard a peep. But she had a feeling that tonight was the night. The sky was clear, the air was warm, and there were bugs everywhere, a bat's favourite snack. "Come on, you little batlings," she whispered. "It's dinner time." As the sky melted from blue to black, she listened for the flap of papery bat wings, watching for the dark shapes that blinked in and out of the shadows. Then, something caught her eye. A flash of green. Was it light reflecting off a bat's eye, perhaps? No, there it was again. More of a glow than a flash, and it was coming from the bottom of the garden. Leah went to investigate. Whatever was creating that light appeared to be attached to the garden shed door. Being a biology expert, she knew there weren't many animals that created the bright glow known as luminescence, and bats definitely couldn't glow. Perhaps it was a glowworm. She didn't want to disturb it if it was trying to attract tiny insects for a meal. But what sort of biologist could resist seeing something so remarkable close up? She tiptoed closer and closer. "Oh!" she cried with delight. The light wasn't coming from an animal. It was a small glowing disc, marked with compass points. It was the very same symbol as the badge she wore on her top, the mark of the Secret Explorers. The Secret Explorers were a group of 8 curious children who teamed up to solve mysteries. And the glowing disc was a portal and a sign that there was work to do. "I've been lured to an explorer mission, like an insect to a glowbug," she laughed. Leah looked back up the garden, hesitating to leave her bat-spotting session. But then she remembered. Time stood still when she was away. If the bats were there, then they'd still be there when she returned. "Back soon, my chiropterers," she said, using the scientific name. Chiroptera meant hand wing, and it referred to the webs of skin that connected the fingers and thumbs of the bat's hands. "But now, I've got to fly." Leah opened the shed door and was blinded by a flash of white light. On the other side, she emerged into a cool room. Even before her eyes adjusted, she knew where she was. The exploration station had stone walls lined with computers and glass cabinets displaying mementos from the Secret Explorers' travels. Ammonites and seed pods, moon rock and machine parts, dinosaur bones and ancient scrolls. On the ceiling was a map of the Milky Way, and on the floor a giant map of the world. Who knew where, on that map, the next mission would be? It was time to find out. "Here," called Leah, kicking off the roll call. "Here," said Gustavo, the history explorer, who appeared through the portal in a Tudor ruff. "Stylish, don't you think?" "Here," said Ollie, squelching through the door in damp shoes. He was the rainforest explorer. "Here," said Kiki, the engineering expert, trailing a measuring tape. "I'm here," said Tamiko, the dinosaur explorer, wearing a fossil-patterned T-shirt. "Hi," said Connor. The oceans expert was picking seaweed out of his pockets. "Here," said Roshni, the space explorer. "Am I light years too late?" "No, you're just on time," Leah laughed. "Who are we waiting for?" The secret explorers looked at each other and yelled, "Cheng!" "Here!" The geology explorer entered wearing headphones. "Are you listening to rock music?" Leah asked. Everyone laughed. "It was a podcast about soil erosion, actually," Cheng winked. "Well, now that we're all here, what's our mission?" Leah said eagerly. "And where?" said Kiki. They looked up at the Milky Way, and then down at the world, where a little light was flashing on the map. "That's India!" Roshni exclaimed.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?